Okay, we're just gonna have like a quick riff here on this topic because I know it's gonna help you so much. This is the piece that most people are missing, and that is the hardest to navigate when you are going through anything hard. But, specifically if we're talking about this conversation, when you are trying to conceive, when you are, going through a fertility journey or whatever it is. And this is like the belief, the mindset, the nervous system regulation piece. Because obviously, you already freaking know the diet, the lifestyle, supplementation is all so important. Really, truly is, of course, so important. But the point is for that to eventually just become like second nature. Like it's like you're just brushing your teeth. Like it's just like it's a habit. It's not something you have to think about. It's not something that feels hard. It's not something that feels restrictive. It's not something that feels all consuming. Like it's just a part of your life. It's just who you are. That's just what it is. Right. And the real work comes in when once that piece is set, it's like, okay, now we have the daily regulation that we have to really focus on every single day. Every single day, especially in your 2-week wait, especially when you're in your luteal phase, which is the same thing, because that is when your emotions can get the best of you. That is when it could be extra hard to regulate. That is when, because of where your hormone levels naturally are at, you're going to feel more emotional. And so that belief that feeling steady and everything is going to be a lot harder. And you, of course, have likely noticed this if you have gone through a luteal phase or a 2-week wait, which if you're listening to this, you obviously have. So I want to just ask you literally one question that you're just going to reflect on, and we're going to work from there. It's like, do you actually believe that you can get pregnant? Like, do you believe, and let's go further than that, because some of you know that you can get pregnant, but maybe having a healthy pregnancy and like carrying it to term is maybe the issue for you. So do you believe that you can have a healthy pregnancy and like to give birth to your child? Like, do you actually believe that? And in this moment, some of you are going to be like, real honest with yourself, like, no, like I actually, like if I really, really think hard about it, like I actually don't believe that's possible for me. Some of you right now, especially if you're ovulating, you're going to be like 100%. Yes, I do. I believe it. Da, da, da. Some of you are going to be like, sometimes I believe it. Sometimes I don't believe it. Like it's wishy-washy. And so wherever you're at is perfect. It doesn't matter. Don't try and get yourself to a specific belief that you're not at, right? It's like, just ask yourself the question and see what pops up. Do you believe that you can have a healthy pregnancy and give birth to a healthy child? Like, really ask yourself. And of course, it's going to be different for everybody, especially based off of your previous, experiences in this area. And so I really want to be mindful of that too, especially if you've had traumatic experiences. This is just going to bring up a lot of other stuff for you. But we have to work on this belief piece. This is literally one of the very first videos in the Mind Your Hormones method because we have to have this piece on board. Truly nothing else matters if you don't actually believe it's possible for you, right? Like changing your diet and taking all the supplements and, walking every day and doing all these things. I don't want to say it doesn't matter for your health. Of course it matters for your health, obviously. But it's like so of little importance when it comes to your fertility if you don't also have the belief that number one, what you're doing is actually working and helping you, and number two, that it's possible for you to get pregnant. So we have to get you to that place. Now, if you're really far away from that, you're not all of a sudden going to be able to go from like, I actually don't believe that I can get pregnant to 100%. I believe it. I feel it. Da da da. Like, and that I'm so glad that just popped out of my mouth because that's the big piece. Just saying like, yes, Corinne, I believe that I can get pregnant. That's not it. We have to get you to the place where in your body, you feel it like with every cell of your being, you have a knowing, it's your intuition, it's your gut feeling, it's your instinct, whatever it is in your body, with certainty that you feel like, yes, I know this is possible for me. Okay. You might not know the how. You definitely won't know the when, but you know that it's possible for you. That's the place you want to get to, that feeling. Like you have to feel it. That's where the belief is. Just saying it isn't doing shit. Okay. So we have to get you to that feeling, that belief place. Now, again, if you're right now at a place where you're just like, don't actually really believe that, we can't go from A to Z. So what do you believe right now? What can you get behind and what can you really feel into? Can you actually feel with certainty that there are things you can do naturally to improve your health and then therefore improve your fertility? If you can get behind that belief, which likely you can because you'll listen to this podcast, okay, let's just hone in on that. I know with full certainty that there are things I could do naturally to improve my health and improve my fertility. Like, let's just get into that feeling place. Okay, if we believe that, okay, now we could keep moving up and moving up and moving up to that belief. Okay, if I believe there are things that I could do to improve my fertility for healthy pregnancy, then I believe that I can have a different outcome than maybe I've had right now because my fertility is improving. Obviously, my chances of getting pregnant and the health of my pregnancy can be different, right? So it's like you got to talk yourself up the ledge of what belief can we latch onto today? What feels good? What feels believable? Where are we at? And it's going to be different for you in every single phase of your cycle. Like I'm saying, like literally if you're ovulating right now, you're probably like, fucking let's go. Like, I believe it. I'm here for it. Like, yes. And if you are in that phase, run with it. Okay. But if you're in your luteal phase, or if you really just maybe had a traumatic experience, or maybe you just experienced a miscarriage, like everyone's in a different place, and you're going to always be in a different place depending on what day it is, what time of day, doesn't matter. So your work is to check in with yourself every day of, yes, obviously regulating yourself. Like that is the crux of it all. Like regulating your emotions, on noticing when you have a trigger, if you got invited to a baby shower, if you saw an announcement, if you did whatever, like notice when those triggers are coming up and know what you need to do to actually regulate yourself through it, feel it, acknowledge it, accept it, move through it. That is a daily practice, daily, because this is something that you are thinking about likely multiple times a day, hundreds of times a day, if not more than that. You know what I mean? So this is something that daily nervous system regulation is everything. Like with my long-term clients in the accelerator, even in 4 weeks to boosted fertility, we are constantly having these conversations of nervous system regulation because that is the continual work and that is the hard work that you are going to have to do every single day to not only obviously help you get pregnant, because your nervous system, like that is the basis of really everything. Like it truly is. You have to have a nervous system that feels safe to actually get pregnant and to help regulate your cortisol levels and all of that, but to also just feel good in your day-to-day life. Like it's game changing. So yes, you have to be working on that, but then I want you to really like check in with yourself. Like, what are my beliefs right now? Do I actually believe this is possible for me? Because if you are telling yourself this story that it's not possible for you, you're communicating to the cells in your body that it's not a safe place to have a baby, that it's not going to happen, like our thoughts, our beliefs literally change how our cells operate in our body. So there's so many people you'll see like, oh, and I'm not saying this is the only reason why, so don't get it twisted, but like there are people that just get pregnant and do whatever. Part of it is, well, they believed that they could. They weren't throwing that resistance in their body. They weren't communicating to their cells that it wasn't possible for them. So this isn't the whole piece. This isn't the whole puzzle. Obviously, it's never just one thing, but this is a piece of it. And so I want you to get really clear on, okay, where do you land on here? Because this could be a really big missing puzzle piece for you, especially if you're someone who is hyper fixated on getting your meals right, on getting in your steps, on getting in your workouts, on taking all your supplements, on going to acupuncture, on meditating, on like all of these things, but you're maybe not really focusing on, do I even believe most of the time that this is 100% possible for me? Or am I just being busy as an escape? Am I just hyper fixating on these things that I can control because I don't want to actually acknowledge that I'm unsure if this is going to happen for me? Right. And of course, if you've been trying for a long time, it's normal for you to not be so in that belief of like, hell yeah, it's going to happen. But That's your work. How can you get behind the belief that of course it's going to happen? Of course it's going to happen because you're meant to be a mom and because your baby soul already exists. Again, you don't know the how, you don't know the when, but you know it's going to happen. And once you do have that belief and you focus on that, like hold the vision. I want you to hold the vision of you believing in that, you believing in that you're going to have a baby, the baby's going to be healthy, you're going to have a beautiful family, like all of that. Hold that vision. And when you have that strong belief, things are going to come into your sphere, into your orbit, that's going to help lead you to that end result, because it's just law. That's what's going to happen. So different podcast episodes like this, or different trainings, or a book, or a program, or a specific doctor, or whatever, it's just going to come into your sphere, and you're going to figure out the steps that are going to help you get there, because you know without a shadow of a doubt that it's going to happen for you. It's just a matter of how and when. And that's not your responsibility. Well, the how is kind of your responsibility because, like, you know, you're the one who has to put in some of the other work. But like the when, we only have so much we can control with that. So your job today is asking yourself, do I actually believe that it's possible for me to have a healthy pregnancy? On a scale of like 1 to 10, where do you land right now? And I do not expect you, so don't expect yourself to be 100% of the time in the belief of like, yes, this is always going to happen for me. But it's really checking in with where are we most of the time? How can we trend more in the direction of believing that than not believing it? And every time that you notice, because now what's going to happen is you're going to notice when that thought pops in of like, this is never going to happen for me. This is impossible for me. And you're going to hear me in your ears being like, oh shit, okay. All right, let's not beat ourselves up over it, right? We can't always control our first thought, but we can control our second thought. So it's like, okay, let's not beat myself up over it. Obviously, I have this belief and this thought because of my past experiences, but that doesn't mean it's true. And that doesn't mean that I can't change that thought and change that belief, which I'm going to do right now. So, okay, I acknowledge that thought came up. I'm not beating myself up over it, but what's a more supportive belief right now? What can I think instead? What actually feels better for me right now that I can actually get behind and feel and get closer to that full certainty? Believe it with every cell of your being that your healthy pregnancy is coming, that your baby is coming, right? So that's the work that I want you to do. Check in with yourself after this episode. Like, just take a pause and just like really check in. Where are you at? How can you get close to that place? Maybe journal on it. Think about it in the shower, whatever. But also, you don't have to make it a big thing. It doesn't have to be this whole big fucking thing. It could just be as simple as, okay, here's where I'm at. I wasn't actually focusing on this, but now I'm just going to like prioritize. And I like hesitate to say that because, again, a lot of you listening are like hyper-fixators on things. And I know that because I am too. I don't want you to hyper-fixate on it, but I want you to know that it's important and that this could be something that you didn't even realize was something you didn't believe in. And that could be hindering your fertility journey, right? And we want to do everything we can. We want to remove as many roadblocks as we can in the process. And this is just one of the roadblocks. So let's just remove this roadblock of not believing it and communicating that negativity to ourselves, and instead communicate the positive thoughts to ourselves about fertility and the positive outcomes that will happen, and holding the vision of the long-term future of your family, because that is going to obviously help you get pregnant, but again, it's going to help you feel better in your day-to-day life, which is the key, because that's where your life lives, right? Like this in between of where you are now and that like vision of your family, that's our life. Like that's literally your life. This in between phase is your life. So we want to feel good in our life now, and obviously help you get to that end. It's not even end goal because then you're gonna have a new one, but help you get to that vision of that family while feeling good in the process, right? So if it was helpful for you, please share this with someone who's also trying to conceive. Let me know how this landed for you. I'm so excited for you to do this and see what happens. I love you so much, and I'll see you in the next episode. Thank you so much for being here. If you loved this episode and learned something valuable, please share it with a friend who you think would also love it, or post it on social media and tag me so I could personally say thank you for helping me spread this important message. I am beyond grateful to be here with you. So until next time, stay intentional, stay consistent, and always mind your hormones.